And today I'm going to talk about a 10-inch. Woohoo! Actually, I don't believe it was 10 inches. Like, that thing had to have been like 11 or 12. Like, I was like, but I'll get to that later. So this is gonna be a little bit of a story time. It's a little bit TMI, but like whatever. So I met this guy online and he was like super sweet. He was a cancer as well. He was asking me like what kind of foods I like and blah, blah, blah. I told him I was vegan. He's like, I've never cooked anything vegan. And I was like, okay, like maybe we should cook something together. He's like, what kind of foods do you like? And I kind of like explained it all. And then I said that I like pastas and I've been craving pesto lately. So he was like, oh, maybe I'll cook you something. And I was like, okay. So like me in my head, I'm like, yeah, okay, he ain't gonna do that. Like, you know, guys, they'll say whatever they want to get like in your pants. So I go over there and I'm like, whoa, like this bitch cooked for me. She got a candle going. I'm like, I mean, it took me 10-15 minutes to park, but anyway, I was like, you know what, like, I'm ready, like, take me, I'll get in my pants. No, I'm just kidding, I would never do that. But anyway, so we were watching a movie. I was super cutesy and romantic, and we were like cuddling, and I usually don't cuddle on the first date, but I'm like, this bitch literally fucking made me food, like, just wrap your arms fucking around me. So the first date was super cute and whatever, and then the second date, was like the same kind of thing, but like at my place, and I cooked something which actually turned out worse than what he cooked because like I made a lot of mistakes and I actually just add way too much salt to everything. But anyway, the bad thing happened on the third date where he like came over to mine again. You know, okay, so like we like started to make out and we're on my bed and he asked to watch the same movie we watched on the first date, which I thought was super fucking weird. I was like, why would we do that? And then I was like, oh, I get it. Because like, as soon as the movie starts, this bitch is like kissing me, being all really sweet. And I was like, oh girl, like if you're gonna keep doing that, like I'm gonna get like really excited. So this bitch is like kissing up my arm and then he starts kissing my neck. And I was like, oh my God, like I'm just like, I can't take it anymore. So then I just go in for the kiss and then the kiss turns into this like really hot, passionate makeout session. And that's where things go wrong because I felt something and I honestly genuinely did not think this was his dick at all. Like I was like, I was like, what's in your pocket? Like it like keeps hitting me or whatever. And he's like, that's my dick. And I was like, no, that is not your dick. And he's like, yeah, it is. And I was like, it's literally up to your knee. I'm like, not even exaggerating. It was up to his knee. And I was like, that, first of all, that's not even like possible. Like, how the fuck is that? Like, that's not humanly possible. So I did like a little cup thing and I was like going up it. And then I got to the head and I was like, oh my God, that's your dick. That is literally your dick. And he was like, I'm 10 inches. And I was like, 10 inches, bitches? That was definitely not 10 inches. Like, honestly, like, I think, you know where your hips to your, like, knees? Like, I think his area, like, that area, what the hell is, like, your upper leg, your thigh area. I think his thigh area, because he was short, he was, like, 5'5"-ish. I think his area was just really small, so that way, like, when his dick grew, like, it literally almost hit his knee. Where my area, like, even if I had, like, a 12-inch penis, like, it would not get anywhere near my knee because, like, that area is so big. But anyway, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. And then, like, I didn't know what to say, so I was like, well, thank God you're a bottom. Because, like, he told me he was a bottom, and that was, like, one of our first conversations, like, before we met or whatever. He was like, yeah, I'm a bottom, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, whew. So, yeah, so then he's like, well, actually, and at this point I'm like, what? Shit. And then he's like, I'm verse. I just prefer bottoming. And that's when I was like, like, I literally, like, cupped my hole. Like, I was at the point where, like, I don't know why, I was just, like, an automatic response. Like, I was, like, holding it. I was, like, holding my sphincter. It's like, it was like, please, I'm scared, Matthew, just hold me. And I was just like, it's gonna be okay, little buddy, like, it's gonna be okay. And then I was like thinking about it, and I was like, yeah, like, I would really rather not that happen, because first of all, like, that's way too big. And it's not that like he was like really skinny, like really like thin or anything. Like, that thing was like I was like, Red Bull, where you at? Like, you put 2 Red Bulls together, that was literally like his penis. Like, I was like, first of all, I can never fit that in my mouth. Like, I don't even want to blow you, because like, I can't get that in my, like, literally, like, what do you do with that? Like, what do you do in that case? It would not be hot. Like, I would just be sitting there like, I'm trying, babe. Like, that, not cute, first of all. And then him trying to stick that inside of me, I'm like, So that's when things started to come slowing down to a halt, because I'm like, like, that's something you should, like, just not tell me. Like, honestly, like, if you're not a bottom, like, maybe, like, you know, half a year into the relationship, you could be like, oh, by the way, like, I might want to top you. And then I'd be like, you know, because like, I am a people pleaser. Like, honestly, I would do anything for the person I love, and if they wanted something, I get more pleasure out of them enjoying themselves. Like, if they're doing what they want, that's why I love dating like pure bottoms or whatever, because they love that. That's what they love. So then I'm getting like excited over them being in pleasure or whatever. Like, them in pleasure makes me more in pleasure. I hate when they're like not enjoying themselves, so like, my focus is always on them. But anyway, I've been blessed for the past decade, because literally I haven't bottomed since 2009, and my ex, and it was only one time, and he was literally like, I want to try topping. I was like, okay, you waited 9 months into our fucking relationship for this? Like, the fuck? And that only lasted like a couple minutes, and he couldn't stay hard, and he was like, yeah, I think I'm a bottom. I was like, yes, bitch, yes! But you know what? I took one for the team. I like bite the pillow. I'm like, okay, just stick it in, just fucking stick it in, just stick it in. Is it in? I can't stay hard. Oh God, what? And then I thought it was like my whole problem. So then I'm like looking in the mirror, like spreading my cheeks apart, like looking at my hole, and I was like, nah, that shit's beautiful. Like, that shit's pink. Like, I would eat that shit out if I could, but it's like way too far away. There's no way I'm gonna even be able to reach that area. But anyway, okay, so he leaves. It kind of got a little awkward. There was a lot of tension. There was like a lot of like, kind of like bickering back and forth. Like, I was like, oh my God, like, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, I don't really want to date someone. Like, I don't know. Okay, because then this is where it got really, really weird. Like, so, okay, I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, okay, Matt, like, you've been single for a really long time, and this guy has come out of the blue, and he's like super sweet, and he's also a Cancer, and he's actually romantic, and like, he honestly, like, he did more cute stuff than I do. Like, cause he was younger. He was like 22 or something. Like, I was more like, I had walls up. Like, I was like not ready to just like let the real true Matthew go, but he was like ready to give me 100% like right away, and he was like being so cute all the time, and I was like, oh my God, this is literally like I'm dating myself. But okay, here's where we go from like almost dating each other to like never speaking again. So I'm like talking to him, and I realize that he's been more and more distant, and here I'm like kind of accepting like, okay, Matt, you're gonna be taking 10 inches in like a couple months, like just fucking deal with it, like get yourself like a dildo or something, like figure it out, because you know, like these are the cards you were dealt, and you know what, maybe you'll end up liking it. Like, I don't fucking know, like maybe, I don't know, like I'm open to anything. So I'm just like, okay, I'm in this, I committed. I was like, you know what, like just whatever. So we're texting back and forth, and he's like, I'm like, what's going on here? Like, why are you not responding to me? We hung out like 3 days. It was like, we hung out, like our 3 dates were in the course of like 4 or 5 days. Like literally it was like almost every day. Like I felt like only a day went by, and then we would see each other again, and then spend the whole day together. So I was like, what is happening here? Like, why are we not together right now? And he's like, yeah, I can't see you for a little while. And I was like, the fuck? What do you mean you can't see me for a while? So he tells me he has an STD. And that's where my mind is like, okay, is it curable? Like, I was like, oh God, all these stuff that I just never had to deal with before. And I was like, okay, like, so like, are you taking stuff on for it? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, like, you know, like, when did you last sleep with someone? He was like, a couple weeks ago. I was like, okay, like, I can deal with this. I'm like, you know, if it's a curable thing, like, maybe I could just, you know, we can wait a little while, like, take it slow. Like, I haven't, like, you know, had sex in fucking, like, 3 years. So I'm like, you know what, like, I don't really care. Like, we don't even have to have sex. Like, it's okay. I'm enjoying my moment. I'm like very in the moment. I'm like not thinking of like too far into the future because I feel like that has been ruining everything lately. So then the topic starts turning into like, okay, like you saw with someone like a couple weeks ago. I was like, how many people have you slept with? Because like, I haven't slept with that many people. Like, I can count how many people I've slept with on 2 hands and not use all my fingers. So I was like, okay, like, how many people have you slept with? And he's like, way too many. And I was like, all right, well, what the fuck? I was like, what is way too many? And he was like, a lot. And I was like 50 a lot? And he's like, definitely more than 50. And I was like, what? Like, he was just, it was so casual. Like, he was just like, yeah. And I was like, we were talking on the phone and I literally, I couldn't. Okay, this is me being, I was a little bit of a diva and a little dramatic, but I hang up the phone call. And then like, he keeps calling me back and I'm like still trying to process the information. I was like, okay. Like, I was willing to accept, you know, your foot-long sub. I was willing to accept that like, you have a curable STD. But like, the fact that he sleeps with a ton of people made me feel like I wasn't that special anymore. Like, it was almost like, listen, like, he's given himself to way too many people. And I was like, first of all, you're so much younger than me and you've slept with like 10 times the amount of people I have. Like, what? Like, I'm not trying to like slut shame or anything. I just like, it just really turns me off when someone's like, I can't count. Like, he said that like a lot of the people, like, he doesn't even remember their names, or he'll like go and hook up with them and like, it'll be something like very quick and spontaneous. And I'm just like, ugh, like, that's not me. That's like not what, that's not someone I want to be with. That's like slept with everyone. So yeah, so basically, I like, okay, we both are like, he's like sending me some mean stuff. Like, he is like going like off on me. And then I'm like, basically like, well, you're a whore, bye. And then he was like, apologize for that. And then I was like, no. The next day I ended up apologizing. I was like, I'm sorry for calling you a whore. But like, he was like, that's okay, but like, I think we should stop talking to each other. And I was like, okay, all right, that's okay with me, okay? Because like, I felt like the universe was telling me like, hey, there's a lot of red flags here, it's not gonna work out. So I was like, oh. Anyway, that's over. That's long gone. I'm already dating someone else right now. About to relaunch my boyfriend channel. So go check it out at youtube.com/user/lush, I believe. I think our first video comes out August. I don't know. It's like the first week of August or something. So definitely go check that out. And don't forget to subscribe, because every time you don't subscribe, a gay baby turns straight. Do it for the gabies! Alright guys, like this video if you want to see more story times. Oh boy, I have so many story times. I have a lot of things I can describe in full detail where you guys will be like, girl. So please like this video, share it, go check out a couple of my past videos. I've been making some really good content, or at least like I feel like I've been stepping out of my comfort zone lately, so I love it. I lush it. I lush you guys, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. Bye! feels like. I know what it feels like to just want to die. And I feel like a shitty fucking brother for not even fucking being with him. And I don't even want to fucking talk about that in this video because I'm just